everyone, Saki here and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to do an updated or a second part of luxury that I've sold and why. I do have a video that I did I think about a year ago that talks about all of the luxury that I've sold in the past, and today I wanted to do an updated version because I have sold a lot of things since then. Now I'm not going to be including anything from my recent vlog sale because I just feel like that would be a little bit repetitive, and you guys will already know from that video why I sold those particular items, but I am going to be talking about some items that I never even mentioned that I was selling or anything, like either on my YouTube or my Instagram. I either went through like private sellers or I sold them to consignment stores, and I will tell you guys why in a minute. This is actually coming because a lot of people were asking about random bags that they didn't see in my Chanel collection video, and I have to give it to you guys. You guys are very observant. There were a couple of items missing from there. Yeah, that will be all explained in this video, so if you are interested to hear all about the bags that I've sold and why, please continue to watch. And if you've never seen me before, hello, my name is Saki. I make videos every single week about luxury fashion. I really like handbags and I love talking about luxury, so if that is your thing as well, please consider subscribing to my channel and have a look around. Alright, I just realized that everything on this list is Chanel except for one item, so I will talk about the non-Chanel piece first, and that is going to be my Louis Vuitton Pochette Felicie. I actually did like a whole review on this bag and I feel like it was mainly positive, so I think it might be a little bit of a shock to some of you who watched that video that I did end up selling that one. I think I mentioned this fact in that video as well, but I really just wasn't really using that bag. I felt like the color was a little bit off because it was the Damier Azur with the pink flap, and although I love the color combination of Damier Azur with pink, I just felt like that one was a little bit more of a cool toned pink, so I could never really find outfits to pair with it. The only times that I found it really matched with an outfit is if I was wearing denim, because as you may notice if you watch my channel, I mainly only wear pink and white. Those are like my two colors that I wear, and I just felt like the pink on the bag like never matched like the warmer tone pinks of my clothing collection, and the bag was like a weird, I mean, if you know Damier Azur, it's like more of like a creamy color with like the blue tiles, so that never really matched any of my like white outfits either. So I just felt like that bag was just a weird combination of colors that just didn't really match my wardrobe. I know I'm being really nitpicky because it was basically a pink and white bag, and that is basically like my entire like color combination. So I think a lot of people won't understand this, but I'm really picky when it comes to like my shades of pink and the way that, you know, bags match with my outfits, because if I'm not able to, you know, really wear them with anything, I just don't feel like I really need them in my collection. So that is the main reason I sold that bag, I feel like, and I just have a lot of other like wallet on chain style bags, so I felt like that one was a little bit redundant in my collection, and I don't really like having bags in my collection that I'm not really going to use. So yeah, that was another reason why. So yeah, those were the two big reasons why I did decide to sell that one. I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys about these purchases on my channel, but for a lot of these I actually had like people message me and ask me if I was willing to sell this bag, and if I'm at a time where I was kind of thinking about selling it anyways, I always say yes to you guys. So yeah, that was the reason why I never like officially put it in a vlog sale or anything. Alright, let's talk about the Chanel pieces that I've actually sold. So two of the big ones that you didn't see in my Chanel collection video were my Chanel reissue in the 226 size and my Chanel jumbo in the lambskin leather. So those I actually ended up selling to my mom. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen like a couple of pictures that I've posted on there of her with the reissue bag. So the story is I actually just lent them to her at first. I let her borrow it, you know, from time to time whenever she wanted to carry a new bag, and she really loved the reissue specifically. And one day she just asked me if, you know, she could buy it off me because she was tired of borrowing it and never really feeling like it was hers. So I just said yes. I think it suits her a lot better than it did me, and I personally wasn't really wearing it anyway. I just really didn't like feel connected to that bag, if that makes sense. Like whenever I wanted to wear a bag that size and in that color, I would really just gravitate towards my Chanel Classic Medium Flap, which is pretty much in the same size anyway. So yeah, I just never really felt connected with that bag. I think it also had to do with the color as well. It was a little bit darker than some of my other pinks, and yeah, although I do really love the reissue, I talked about it on my channel multiple times, I just don't feel like that bag was for me. And I think maybe it's just not for me like in this moment as well. I think, you know, as I get older and in the future, I will want a more subtle Chanel bag that I can carry more discreetly. But I think for now, that just didn't really fit my style, I guess. So yeah, I didn't really mind selling that one to her. Now with the Chanel Jumbo Lambskin, I actually was going to create a vlog sale about that bag and sell it because I realized I wasn't really using it after I had bought my Chanel Iridescent Jumbo in the Caviar. I just think a bag that big is just more suited in Caviar in my opinion, especially like because I always found myself, you know, bumping into corners with it because it was just so large on my body. I just really wasn't using it as much now that I had the Caviar one. So I was going to, you know, put it onto a vlog sale, but then I was talking to my mom about it and she was like, I want a jumbo. Like I don't have a jumbo and I love yours. So she wanted to buy that one off of me too before I even got the chance to announce that I was selling it. So yeah, that combined with the fact that I just really don't think I need two jumbos in my collection was really the reason why that I sold it. And it just happened to be perfect timing because my mom also wanted to buy a jumbo at that time too, so it really worked out. Alright, the next bag is going to be my Chanel bowler bag. So many people asked me about this. I didn't even realize that it was that popular of a bag, but I basically sold it because I was not using this thing. Every time I talk about it, I always mention the fact that I think it's kind of a weird size because it's too small for like an overnight bag, but then it's too big for like a, you know, day-to-day carry bag. So I felt like I really didn't know like when I would be able to use it. And then I was justifying it because I had bought it for a really good price. I paid about $600 for it, which is insane for a Chanel bag. But I was really thinking to myself, like, do I really want to have a bag in my collection that I don't necessarily like, but I'm just keeping because I bought it for a good price? And the answer to me was no. The only other reason why I thought I wanted to keep it was because it's in my favorite Chanel like color of all time, which is the 9 series pink. But then again, that question came to mind where I was like, do I really just want to have a collector's item in my collection that I'm just never using? So again, I had to answer no to that question, and then I did decide to sell it. In my philosophy, I always feel like it's better to sell the bag on if it's going to make someone else happy and if it's not really doing anything in your collection, and that's really why I sell like 90% of these bags. I don't want them to go to waste and I don't want them to just sit on my shelf unless I truly love them and they're like unicorns or something. But yeah, that's usually generally how I feel about bags. So if I'm not using it and I don't love it, I'd much rather pass it on and sell it on to someone who is going to love and use it. Alright, and the last item on my list that I've sold recently is actually my Chanel Iridescent passport holder. This again, I sold to someone on Instagram that had messaged me asking if I would ever sell this item, and this was actually right after I came back from our wedding trip and I bought the passport holder with me to that trip, and I honestly never use it because every time that you go through the airport and you have to use your passport anyway, they always make you take it out of the holder. So I just felt really annoyed having to, you know, take my passport in and out of the holder that I just kind of stored the holder in a pocket in my suitcase and never touched it during the whole trip. So after that trip, I realized that just having a passport holder is basically useless in my opinion, especially if you are annoyed about having to do those little things every time you need to use your passport. So yeah, that is why I ended up selling it to this girl. I do think that if you really love it and you love the aesthetic, it is definitely a good item to have, but for me personally, I just hate having to do like extra little things, especially when I'm traveling and already like kind of not annoyed, but like, you know how you're a little bit on edge while traveling and going through airports? It's just one extra step that I didn't want to have to do. So yeah, I just decided to sell it to her. She was really nice about it, and she genuinely, I think, was looking for this item. So like I said, I was really happy to pass it on. Yeah, so that was the reason why I did sell that piece. And yeah, I think that's all for my list. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that you found it interesting. I guess it does kind of seem like I randomly sell my items like to people who ask, ask a lot, but honestly, this only happens if it's like perfect timing and I was already thinking about selling these pieces. So keep in mind, if you do message me on Instagram, this might not always be the case. I might not always want to sell my pieces to you unless I have already, you know, kind of made up my mind that I was going to sell it anyway. I mostly try to sell my items through vlog sales, so if you are interested in any of my items, I highly recommend that you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss a vlog sale if I do decide to sell something. Let me know what you think of my decisions down in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I would love to know. I guess this kind of also explains like why I was able to, you know, buy some of the larger purchases like my Chanel Coco handle lately too. So I hope that this kind of cleared a couple things up with my collection. Alright, as always, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do upload videos every week. And with that, thank you guys so much for, you know, taking the time to watch another one of my videos. I hope that you're staying safe and staying healthy out there, and I will see you next time. Bye!